Hello viewers, welcome to Uncut Africa Live, a channel that brings you great content coming from all corners of Africa. I'm your guy, Digraft Amoakon. Most African leaders have been puppets for Western countries for years, which has somehow affected their decision-making and policy implementation because their puppet masters will not allow them to implement policies that will favor the continent and go against their masters' will in the long run. Today, I'm bringing you few reasons that has influenced most African leaders' decision-making, which has never benefited the continent of Africa.
Africa, oh, Africa, eh, Africa, oh, visible la Africa, oh.
Many Africans are wondering why Western countries keep meddling in African affairs but seems not to care about the well-being of the African continent. There are several reasons why this has happened. One factor is the legacy of colonialism, which has left many African countries with weak institutions and economies that were dependent on Western powers. This dependency has continued in many cases even after independence, as Western countries have continued to provide aid and investment to African countries. Another factor is the geopolitical and economic interest of Western countries. Many African countries are rich in natural resources, and Western countries have often sought to secure access to these resources. In order to do so, they have sometimes supported African leaders who are friendly to their interests, even if those leaders are not democratically elected or do not govern in the best interest of their people. It is important to note, however, that not all African leaders have been puppets of the West. There have been many African leaders who have pursued policies that are independent of Western interests and who have been critical of Western interference in African affairs. Additionally, many African countries have formed alliances with other countries such as China or Russia, which has allowed them to reduce their dependence on Western countries. The trick is, those forming alliance with Russia and China should also watch their back, because I think every country wants a piece of African resources, and remember, there is no such thing as free lunch. African leaders cannot continue to use Asian templates of governing by always depending on foreign aid to survive. It is about time we reduce our dependency on foreign aids and build strong institutions and economy. There are tons of reasons why African countries should aim to reduce their dependence on Western countries. Over-reliance on Western countries for aid and investment can hinder economic growth and development. We should focus on developing our own industries and businesses rather than relying on foreign aid. Relying on Western countries for aid often comes with political strings attached, such as demands for certain policy change or reforms. African countries should aim to be self-sufficient and make their own decisions without external influence. Dependence on Western countries perpetuates structural inequalities in global power relations, making it difficult for African countries to assert their own interests on the global stage. By reducing reliance on Western countries, we can work towards a more equitable distribution of power. Africa have much to gain from building regional partnership and working together to solve common challenges. Reducing dependence on Western countries can facilitate greater regional cooperation and integration. Africans have unique culture and tradition that are often undermined by Western influence. By reducing dependence on Western countries, African countries can promote their own culture and diversity and protect their heritage. Reducing dependence on Western countries is an important step towards building more self-sufficient and prosperous continent. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime we upload any great content, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.